What's up, guys? My name is Ty, and today we're going to react to Marjorie Taylor Greene grilling Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheatle at a congressional hearing. Now, over the past week, it's been a lot that's been happening. It's been a lot that's been going on. The failed assassination attempt on Donald Trump. And you got a lot of people that's actually been praising, and I'm talking about the people on the left, complete whack jobs, and they don't understand the level of civil unrest that would have took place had this crazy person would have succeeded at taking Donald Trump. Now, with that being said, thank God nothing happened to Donald Trump, because you got people out here, they losing their jobs, wishing for the worst. They coming out here, making comments about him and everything. And to my thoughts on that is that freedom of speech, you say what you want, you feel what you want, freedom of expression. But however, there are great consequences that come to the things that you say and the things that you do, and to be honest with you, it go to show you that these people is showing you their true colors and showing you how they really feel and how they really think. But you got Marjorie Taylor Greene, and she's grilling Kimberly Cheatle about her failure to protect a former president or a president-elect. It was almost like it was allowed to happen. How this person was allowed in their vicinity anyway, with an assault rifle and a ladder, and able to take the position and everything. And you got civilians actually looking at this person and pointing this person out, and nobody seems to respond to it. Pure negligence, pure incompetence, whatever you want to call it. But it's a lot of things that's going around and being said about this. And these people are calling for this woman resignation, and I'm talking about Kimberly Cheatle. But what I'm going to do, I ain't going to go too long. I'm not going to get too much off a topic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play this, and I'm going to give you my analysis after the fact. Let's rock and roll.
This is Miss Marjorie Taylor Greene from Georgia.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Cheatle, I'd like to remind you that you're under oath. The site team has a senior supervisor, an advanced team, a protective intelligence team, a counter sniper element, and detail. Who was the agent in charge? How long has she been the agent in charge? And what is her Secret Service background?
So I'm not going to provide a name.
Why not? You're here to answer our
This
questions.
forum, I'm not going to provide names of.
You stated in your testimony, you said, I am here today to answer your questions.
That is correct.
Answer the question.
I'm not going to provide names of our personnel.
Why not?
Today.
The American people are demanding these answers from you today, Ms. Cheatle.
I will do the best to provide you accurate information based on the facts that I have at this time.
You're not answering our questions. The advance element coordinates with other intel or law enforcement partners, identifies threats and weaknesses at the sites and movements. We'd like a copy of the advance report. Have you brought it here with you today?
We will comply with the request for the documentation that has been requested.
When will that be, Ms. Cheatle? Because you should have brought it today.
I am certain that our personnel are working on obtaining all of that document.
I don't believe you, and neither do the people watching this hearing. You're not doing well, as Mr. Moskowitz informed you. You've been sitting here for over 3 hours, and I have you know the entire country is demanding you resign and demanding that you be fired if you do not resign. Things are not going well for you. You need to answer the questions. Was there a protective intelligence team, and what technical resources were utilized for that event, specifically drone or helicopter assets?
There were a number of technical assets that were deployed for that event, and there was a protective intelligence team that was assigned to that event.
Why was Crooks able to fly a drone over the entire area the day of the rally and the day of his assassination attempt?
To my knowledge, he did not fly the drone over the entire area.
How did he fly a drone over the area, period? Any part of the area?
Again, I would have to go back and check the timeline of when that took place and when the event.
Why didn't you bring the timeline with you today to answer our questions?
I don't have all of the answers on the timelines based on the criminal investigation.
Were you not prepared today to answer our questions?
I am prepared to answer the questions based on the information and wanted to be able to provide.
Do you have a timeline at all from any of the day?
I have a timeline that does not have specifics.
That's shocking. That is absolutely unacceptable. That means you are a failure at your job. Let's talk about things that are prohibited in Trump rallies. And I've been to a lot of Trump rallies. Backpacks and bags. Bicycles.
Let me stop it right here, guys. You got a timeline on some things that you get. You know, it just shows the complete incompetence of this woman. And then she just sitting there nonchalantly, like she don't even care. Let's keep rocking.
Firearms. Any type of weapon or any other item determined to be a potential safety hazard, like a rangefinder would be one. At 5:10, Crooks is first observed by one of the snipers, AGR Sniper 1, at the building. 5:10, President Trump was shot in the face at 6:11 p.m. 5:28, AGR Sniper 1 takes a picture of a bicycle and 2 bags. Those belong to Crooks. 5:32, AGR Sniper 1 spots Crooks looking at his phone and using a rangefinder. 5:55, Butler ESU Command confirms receipt of photos and states they have been relayed on. 6:05 p.m., AGR Sniper 1 later communicates that Crooks is seen moving northeast in direction of Sheetz and that Crooks has a backpack. 2 minutes before the shooting, while President Trump has been allowed to take the stage, people see Crooks laying on his stomach in a sniper position on the roof, and they're yelling he has a gun, and they are trying to alert law enforcement and Secret Service.
That's what I said.
Why was Crooks not shot by the snipers? Why was he allowed to be there?
As soon as the individual was identified as a threat, they were...
No. What do you consider to be a threat? A man with a gun laying in a sniper position, a man that had a backpack, a man that had a bicycle, a man that had a rangefinder. At what point is he determined a threat?
An individual with a backpack is not a threat. An individual with a rangefinder is not a threat.
What about a man laying on a building that has direct line of sight of President Trump
position
with a gun that people are screaming and pointing out? Is that a threat, Ms. Cheatle?
And that's what I was saying too. Like, you got people that's pointing him out and showing him in the prone position or whatever with their cameras, and then you got Secret Service, and you got one sniper that's taking aim and nothing happens. And then on top of that, he was able to fire shots. And then if you looking right at him, what takes you so long to neutralize this situation? I got to be careful with my words because I don't want them to take this video down. But that's just crazy to me and myself. It just shows the level of incompetence that this woman got. You know, you got civilians out here that can point that out, and you a high-level Secret Service agent, a director, and you can't seem to point out a threat. Or you don't even, it's like you don't know nothing. She basically wasted everybody's time, but let's rock and roll.
Once that individual was identified, they were neutralized.
No, they were neutralized. Crooks was neutralized after he shot President Trump in the face, Ms. Cheatle. Is he only a threat once he fires the weapon?
As soon as the counter sniper identified that individual, they were able to neutralize them.
How were people in the crowd? Okay, then let's just take it this way. People under your command did not consider him to be a threat, yet people in the crowd knew he had a gun and considered him to be a threat. That means that you are a complete failure as the director of the Secret Service, that people under your command don't perceive a man laying on a roof with direct line to the president with a gun. They don't perceive that to be a threat, yet the people in the crowd do. How is that possible?
That's the last question, but please answer the question, Ms. Director.
I'm not certain at this time how the information from the people in the crowd was relayed to any law enforcement personnel.
No, you knew that everyone knew. The people there knew that there was a danger. They knew there was a threat to President Trump, and it was allowed to happen. Was there a stand-down order, Ms. Cheatle?
Wow.
Was there a conspiracy to kill President Trump?
Absolutely not.
Then how did this happen? And why are you still sitting here not turning in your letter of resignation?
Last question, but please answer, and then I'll recognize Ms. Presley. Please answer that question.
That is what we are investigating to determine.
We're waiting for your letter. We're waiting for your letter of resignation. And you really need to consider doing that before you leave today.
Thank you. Chair now recognize.
And there you have it, guys. You know, you could just see that, you know, with this woman, she don't even seem like she even cared. You know, that just goes to show you with the DEI hires that they got. And I'm not saying that she is. Obviously, she was experienced. She been working on this. She was working for the Secret Service prior to that or whatever. But the people that she had around her, you know, like those two women that was running around that couldn't holster the gun or whatever, it was being said that they was off the street. You know, they got them on a, you know, just basically just pour them in, inexperienced and everything. So, you know, it just goes to show you with this DEI crap that you shouldn't have people like that working and trying to protect you. Now, she failed on every level. And then on top of that, she go to a congressional hearing and waste everybody's time, don't want to answer no questions. And that's just Marjorie Taylor Greene. I mean, she did the same thing with Byron Donalds, Lauren Boebert, if I said that right. Pretty much everybody that went down and grilled this woman, even some of the Democrats. Now, some of them came up there, and I'm talking about the Democrats. They came and they did a campaign basically trying to, you know, ban weapons, ban guns or whatever. That's not going to work on no level. But they up there campaigning, but at the same time, they are holding this woman accountable, which I can appreciate that, you know, because it seemed to be bipartisan. I did listen to the majority of this congressional hearing, not all of it, but I caught some of the good parts, and Marjorie Taylor Greene was one of the best ones on there. And it just show you, man, like, you got people that's pointing in that direction. These are civilians. You are a Secret Service agent, the director. You're responsible for everything that goes on. And you have no whereabouts. I mean, she literally was in there, couldn't answer one question. I don't even know what they held that congressional hearing for. And then on top of that, you know, she should have resigned. I just think that she should resign. That's a disgrace right there in itself. You know, and Marjorie Taylor Greene, let her have it. But what are y'all thoughts? Do you think this woman should resign? Do you think she's incompetent? Do you think she's a disgrace to the Secret Service? She also giving in a black eye, 2 black eyes at that, making them look extremely bad. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and follow. Also, you guys can follow me on my Rumble channel. Also, follow me on Twitter and TikTok. Anyway, my name is Ty. I'm out. Peace.